Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Welcome. By the way, I know this review was basically pretty late, but anyways, here I am with the latest episode of Fairy Tail. Now, I'm trying to remember what episode was again. Episode 265. That's what it was? Yeah. Episode 265. Oh, man. Okay. Now, basically, this episode pretty much reveals a lot of shit in this episode. Pretty much wrapping it up to end off the Tartarus arc. This episode ends off the Tartarus arc. So, this is it, guys. This is not only the final episode of 2015, but it's the final episode of the Tartarus arc. And then, not next week. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Not next week, but the... I believe the following week. Not this week, but next Friday. So not this Friday coming up. It'll be next Friday. We'll be back with episode 266. But unfortunately, it's not going to be filler like I thought. Surprisingly, it's going to be a thing called Fairy Tail Zero. Now, I heard the manga was only about 12 chapters long, so I don't know how they're going to do this. Maybe they're going to put some like extended scenes that were not in the manga or the original version. So I'm assuming that's the case, but I don't know how they're going to extend this for like January-ish, maybe up to February, but I don't know. That or who knows. I mean, if they could try to get it up to like January, February, and March, and then maybe April-ish, we can get back to canon, which maybe that can work, but I'm not so sure. Depending, too, how long this newest arc in Fairy Tail is going to be. And who knows if this is actually going to be, like, the final arc in Fairy Tail, for all we know. But, anyways, yeah. When it comes to this episode, so, let me know your thoughts. Now, I never read the Fairy Tail Zero manga, but I heard it was actually really well done. I have never read it, but it's supposed to go, like, way back from when, like, the first founder of Fairy Tail was alive and shit like that. I don't know the specifics, so don't quote me on this. I've never read the Fairy Tail Zero manga, so I don't know exactly the key points to it, but let me know in the comment section below if it's worth checking out when it comes out. If it's worth checking out, then by all means, like, I'll watch it. If it's worth it, I'll check it out. I definitely will. It's not filler material, which is a good thing. So, I'll see. Maybe I'll watch the first episode and just see how it is of the arc, and I'll watch it. It's not filler, thank God. At least it's canon material, so I can proudly say that it is somewhat canon-related. So, at least I can probably try watching when it comes out. So, it looks like the Fairy Tail reviews ain't going anywhere for all you guys, because... yeah, so I think we're still pretty good. But anyways, let's just move on to the actual episode. So first things first, we get all the other dragons that are gathered around. And it turns out, originally they were dead about 400 years ago. And what it is that the actual spirits of those dragons are actually, you know, alive. Like the spirits from beyond graves of thousands of years or 400 years ago, whatever, were alive and pretty much inside their bodies to train with them to become strong like the dragon size. And not to mention, we already know about the little orb things, the seal things that we already know, for them to becoming like Logia, like he was once a human being, but now he's a dragon, you know, himself. So we already knew pretty much all that stuff. So the dragons say their final farewells to all the Dragon Slayer Masters, and then we move on to the rest where the guild is in complete ruins. We see Makarov and them just staring into the distance, and he says that his children have went separate ways. They went to get stronger on their own. They went to pretty much, you know, gain their confidence, get stronger, prepare themselves for the future upcoming war, and we all know what war that's going to be. So we definitely cannot wait for that in the next arc. But I'm telling you guys, the next arc in Fairy Tail is going to make the Tartarus arc like a cakewalk compared to this next arc. Yo, oh my god. Oh boy. Speaking of the setup for the next arc, which is at the very, very end of this episod, we move on to where pretty much, like, while they're going their separate ways, he told Darren Ball that he was actually a member of Fairy Tail himself. But the problem is he was stupid and he erased his own memories. He erased his own memories, and because of that, he completely forgot he was a member of Fairy Tail to begin with. Which is why he says, like, you know, like, well, you shouldn't have done that, because back in those days, you were a member. You just went to infiltrate the Magic Console and become their top tier, you know, like, Magic Console, like, fucking, what was it, the, higher-ups or whatever it is. So, yeah, you know, the fucking, those guys that fucking died during the beginning of this arc. So, yeah. So, because of that, so he just completely forgot that he was a member of Fairy Tail, but he's like, you know what, you know, even though you have the emblem, there's no points, because Fairy Tail, on this day for Fairy Tail was disbanded. And I'm like, damn. And I read this in the manga for the first time. I'm like, holy shit. So what's gonna happen to the Fairy Tail Guild in general? Well, that's when we find out. You'll see when we get to the actual next arc. But anyway, so while that's going on, apparently E.N.D tells Natsu his final words. Not his final words, but like final confidence of words. Says like, don't cry, Natsu, it's okay. You know, just get up on your feet, get up on your legs. You remember the one thing that always will, the one thing that will gain your confidence up from sadness. Then he stands up from his own 2 feet. He's like, yes, I will get stronger. I will defeat Angologia. And that moment alone was pretty touchy. I'm not gonna lie. I did get a bit of feel of emotion for Natsu, and I felt bad for him. Like, I really did. That he is gonna lose, you know, his father for all these years that he's been trying to find him.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so all these years that he was trying to find his father, he's like, whoa.
Don't kill me, please.
And then all of a sudden he just dies. And that's crazy, because we never expected a major death in Fairy Tail. Well, despite Simon from way earlier during the Tower of Heaven arc, this is the most impactful major death we've had in Fairy Tail this far. That's pretty fucking crazy. And knowing all this mindfuckery about the dragons, actually, they were originally dead beyond years ago. And not only that, we find out the reveal of what E.N.D really is, which I've already knew this from the manga, so the hype was a bit more built up, but I already knew this. But the way the anime did it was actually really well done. Then meanwhile, we cut to like the rest of the gang just trying to heal their wounds, pretty much from the battle from beforehand. Oh, by the way, it was really funny that Gazio's dragon's last words were, "You have that like mean or bad boy attitude face of yours," or something like that. So like, really, is that your final words you're gonna say, or that smirk look on your face, or some shit like that? And that was kind of funny, but it was kind of sad because Gazio was like, oh, by the way, it was funny, but Levy kind of found it so cute. Levy X Gazio, by the way, for the motherfucking win. We see like Gazio just like sleeping in the park, because pretty much the guild isn't there. He's just like, yeah. And Levy's like, oh, come on, this is not the guild. Then we just see Gazio and he's just like, he's just like sleeping. It's like mad funny. Then we cut away to a very, very touching relationship between Juvia and Gray, where it's like Juvia finally reveals that she was to Gray that she was the one that killed, you know, the necromancer. I was the one who killed your father. In other words, I'm the one who actually did it to brought him back to his grave. And Gray looked like he was about to choke a bitch. But Gray just like started to tear up. He started to cry more, and he was like holding her really tight and hugging her between, you know, those big old biddies. I'm just saying. So he's like, thank you, like, oh my god, like, you did me such a great favor, like the burns off my shoulder, thank you. So then later on we do find out that Natsu and Happy go on a training journey in order to get stronger. Meanwhile, they leave a Lucy this letter, and the letter and the picture kind of looks a bit terrible. We don't really see it, but the thing that she's reading, you know, she notices that. And then, you know, she gets really sad. She starts to get emotional. She starts to chase after wherever the hell they are. She really wants to find Natsu and Happy because she feels lonely. I'm telling you, man, she wants some of that Natsu Draconil these nuts, which I think is what she's really going for in the end. So yes, we are going to get an official time skip for Fairy Tail. Not the shit that we had from Terminal Island where it's like, oh, everything is frozen in time. Fuck that. This is a real getting strong, getting powerful, training hard, time skip. Even though some people say like, oh, Fairy Tail is overrated, powerful anyway, why the hell do you need to get stronger? Well, you gotta keep this in mind. Tartarus really gave them a run for their money. Like, they literally almost could have died when Face was activated. So it kind of makes sense for them now to get stronger, to train, to become more valuable, so that way they can be able to protect the people they love so much and the guild that they love so much, dear home of Fairy Tail and Melioda.
That was so fucking weird.
That's pretty much the end right there. Yeah, then the credits, we see like some flashbacks during the Tartarus arc to remind us that was a pretty awesome arc, and reminding us that this is the end road of the Tartarus arc. Then we see at the very end that Zeref says like, you know, you better find a way to defeat me and kill me, Natsu Draconil, or better yet, Indius Natsu Draconil, aka E.N.D. So now we know officially what E.N.D really means. So anime viewers are pretty much losing their shit right now. I even read in the comments like, damn, anime viewers be like, what the fuck? So yeah, so that's pretty much where we end things off for now. The real canon stuff probably won't start, I'm going to say April, but I don't want to count that. Probably sometime in the summertime we'll see the real canon come back. It could be April, I could be wrong, but depending how long the next arc, the Avatar arc, which is what it's called, is going to be over soon or not. We don't really know how long that arc is really going to be. Excuse me. So we don't really know for sure. But regardless though, from what I've been hearing, this Fairy Tail Zero has been like 12 chapters. I'll check it out. Hopefully it's pretty good. Hopefully it will keep my interest. If not, I'm just going to wait till the real canon stuff pretty much to come out. Unless they do like one chapter per episode on some like One Piece shit, and then maybe then we can do that. But who knows what's really gonna happen. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this little wrap up we have with Tartarus. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think of the reveal of E.N.D at the end of the episode? Get it? No pun intended. What'd you think of that? Also, your thoughts on everybody getting stronger. Are you hyped up to see Natsu after a year's worth of training? Is it? I think it's a year or 2 years. I'm not so sure. I think a couple years or something like that. No, I'm sorry. I think it's just a year. I think it's just 1 year of training that they're going to do. So after that 1 year time skip, are you guys super duper hyped? For anime viewers only. I mean, manga fans, you already know. You already know what's coming. That one scene. Yo, they better animate that scene right, man. That scene was fucking epic. And it was just, oh my god, with Natsu. Oh my god. Oh, I'm telling you, man, anime viewers are going to be fucking hyped, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, let me know. Oh, yeah, the score for the episode, right. The way everything wrapped up was actually pretty fine. There was like no crazy action, which of course, but a lot of big reveals for this episode, a lot of feels, a lot of comedy, some pretty smooth, great animation. I'm not gonna lie, really great animation for the very important moments, the feel-good moments. The animation, the music, and everything fit the mood quite well. The pacing was even well done. We had no significance of recaps whatsoever in this episode. In fact, there was barely any recaps in this episode whatsoever. We paced like 2 or 3 chapters in like one episode. So that's pretty much it. I'm done. The score for this episode gets a perfect 5 out of 5. Brilliant done on the pacing, brilliant job of the animation. Everything was really spot on. And that pretty much wraps up the Tartarus arc in the anime. It's been one fun ride. I really enjoyed it. The animation did not fail me, even though there were times some of the animation quality could have been up to snuff, could have been better, but regardless though, at least it's not anything on some like Toei level shit. I'm just saying. Let me know your thoughts. Until then, guys, I won't see you guys until next year. So just want to say a very happy holidays and a very happy new year to everybody. Even though this episode came out around Christmas time, which unfortunately I saw this episode late because, you know, the holidays, I was pretty busy. But yeah, regardless, have a very happy holidays again, a very happy and safe New Year's. And I'll see you guys next time for 2016 for episode 266 with the Fairy Tail Zero arc from the side manga of Fairy Tail Zero. I'll catch you guys then.